Blessed be the Almighty, our Creator, the Creator of the heaven and the earth. Bless Mahab, Wold, Omen Feskados, Ahadu Amlak. Amen. Bless Mahab, Wold, Omen Feskados, Ahadu Amlak. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God. Bless on this beautiful Sabbath of the Almighty, our Creator, the Creator of the heaven and the earth. To all the family out there, the human family, my family is the human family. And today, on the Voice of Truth, we are reasoning within ourselves about so many gods and so many religions. Who is really our Creator? That truth, we all have to find that truth. And we have to find that truth beyond the books and the religions and everything that has been said by ourselves as men. We really have to look into ourselves. Now, if you look into any religion, as to say Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, every religion have their own God. Who is really our Creator? Now, as a person, as a child being born into this world, and you come into this world as a child, being born from a mother and father, every one of us, I am supposing, and you're growing up and you want to find God, and you're searching for God. There is Christianity, in telling you about Jesus Christ and the Lord and Savior. There is Islam, telling you about Allah, the Creator. There is Hinduism, telling you about Krishna and whoever. And there is Buddhism. And there is all these mystical religious worship that the human family go through. Like you can say tribal worships in all different areas and countries. If you go through North America, you see all the native and the tribal way how they worship. And if you go to Al-Kebulan, Ethiopia, Africa, you see all the different way how people worship, and it have nothing to do with the religions, Islam or Christianity or Buddhism or Judaism, or it has nothing to do with that. But that's how they worship. But what we're trying to find out is who is really our Creator, because there is so many religions. Now, as a Christian, most Christians will say, well, I believe in the Bible, and the Bible say this, and the Bible say that. Indeed, the Bible say this, and the Bible say that. But if you go to someone that is a Muslim, they will say, I believe in the Quran, and the Quran say this, and the Quran say that. And what the Quran say and said is totally different from what the Bible is saying concerning God and the creation and the Creator. Most people who have read the Quran before and the Bible would understand what I'm saying concerning the Quran explaining about the Creator and the Bible explaining about the Creator. And then we move from that and we go to Judaism. And some people would say, well, they believe in the Torah. Well, the Torah is supposed to be the first 5 books of the Bible. according to what the Torah is, from my knowledge of the Torah, is the first 5 books of the Bible, the books of Moses again. Then you go to India, or to Hinduism, or what they would call it in such name, if I'm not pronouncing it right, excuse me. They have their God, Krishna, and some other name of some other God. And if you tell anyone from that religion about God, they will try to explain to you how their God is God, and how their God create everything, and how their God bless them. And everybody, remember now, everyone in every religion is going to their God to bless them and to give them blessing. And all of these people are claiming to receiving blessing from their God. If you ask somebody that is a Muslim, they will tell you that Allah bless them. If you ask someone that is a Christian, they will tell you that Jesus Christ blessed them. And if you ask someone that is a Buddhist, they will tell you that Buddha blessed them. And then if you ask someone that is Hindu, they will tell you that Krishna blessed them, or whoever name of whatever God they might be worshiping or praising. So everybody are claiming to worship in God. All the family, all the religion, there are so many religion and so many gods. Who is really our creator? Let us ask ourselves that, my family. And I'm saying my family because we are one family. The human race is one family. One family. Yes, we are one family. And every family have their family history. Because now, for someone that is a Muslim, they will explain to you why they are Muslim and why they follow the Quran and how right is the Quran. For someone that is a Christian, will explain to you from the Bible why they follow the Bible and how right is the Bible. And so on from everyone of every religion, who will explain from their point of view, from their religion, about the Creator and about God. So many gods, so many religions. Who is really our Creator? Now, my brothers and sisters of the human family, if we will go into ourselves as a family, as the human family. Now, put aside the religions and all of what it is, and just say to ourselves, as for this moment, we are man and woman, or men and women, so to speak. Yes, we are men and women. And being men and women, man and woman, as the Almighty had fashioned and created. And again, in our society, we see very, very educated people and intelligent people who call themselves law doctors and professors and all these sophisticated names. And they're telling us that there are no God. We don't have no God. We came from monkey. Everything just evolved. And these are the educated people in society are saying these things. So there's so many gods, so many religions, and so many beliefs, and there are some claiming that there are no God. And these are educated professors and laws of this and this and this and this degree and that degree that they graduate within, and they're telling us that we all came from monkey and everything just happened and there was a big bang and whatever, and there was the ice age, and after the ice age this happened and that happened and this happened, and they have this to prove it and they have that to prove it, and they want to prove that and they want to prove this. And we are talking about the educated folks. in our society. The educated people, the professors, the one who so-called supposedly make all the whatever that govern and rule over our society. And they're telling us that we all came from monkey. There is no God. So many beliefs, so many religions. Again, the human family. When you think about us, the human race, as a family, then you look into the origin of the family. You know, like when a man and a woman come together 50 years ago and they started a family, and you can find the trace and the history of that family religion when that first man, that man married to that woman and they got children. Yes, well, the human family have a beginning. And if we go into our beginning as a human family, we will find our Creator. Not just from any religious point of view or from any religious belief, but from the history of the human family and from where the Creator dwell and live, beyond the books and beyond the religion. We can find our Creator, the Creator of the heaven and the earth, the Creator that fashioned man in His likeness and His image. Now, if you go from a religious point of view, you will see also the beginning of all of the religions, when they begin and when they started. And when you find that, you will find more truth, because truth is what we're talking about, because today we are here on the Voice of Truth. And we're talking here on the Voice of Truth that all the family, all mankind may look into themselves to find truth beyond the religions, because there are so many religions, and to find the Creator beyond all of the gods, because there are so many gods. As we can see, coming from ancient of days and ancient times, there are so many statues that the people had erected and made and created, and they call them gods by all different names in all different societies and nations. And then going back to a period of time, we see where there was a people called Israel, and then there was the God of Israel who sent the children of Israel around to all the other nations to let them know that the God of Israel is the true God who created the heaven and the earth. So many gods. Who is our Creator? So many religions. Which way is the way for the human family? Not what I believe or what you believe, because you may be a Muslim. I may be Christian or Buddha or Hindu, or someone else may be something else. Someone else may not go to any denomination, but they believe in the Creator and they believe that there is a God. Someone else may believe in a animal, because there's people who worship animals as gods. Oh yes, there's people who worship snakes as God. There's people who worship rats as God. There's people who worship cows as gods. All different types of animal people worship as gods. And they're all called gods. And they're all supposed to be the God who everybody should look up to. All of these gods of all of these religions. And please, my family of the human race, listen and look into ourselves and reason within ourselves, because you may be Christian, but the man that is a Muslim can prove to you whereby the Quran is the right book you should be reading and studying from, and not really the Bible. And the man that is a Buddhist can tell you, well, his book is the right book of God and you should come to the temple and worship Buddha. And the people that is Hindu would also invite you to the temple and tell you the same thing. So many gods among the human family. Who is really our creator? Now let us reason within ourselves, as in understanding who is our creator, as we had expressed that there is so many gods in all the different tribes around the world, all the native tribes in Africa and native tribes in North America and South America. They all have their own form of worship and how they worship their gods. And it has nothing to do with Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, nor Christianity. None of the five. And still their worship of their gods. So many gods. Being born as a child into this world and trying to find the creator and searching out there for the creator and being caught up amongst all of these gods, trying to find the true creator of the heaven and earth. And there is so many gods out there. How do I find the creator, my family? Please tell me. Yes, you will say, read the Bible. And then someone will say, read the Quran. And then someone will say, read the Hindu book because they're Hindus. And then someone will say, read the Buddha book because they're Buddhists. And someone will say, read the Torah because they're Judaism, the Jews. And yes, everyone will point you to their religious book to read and to study to find God. Everyone. And in all of these religious books, it is explaining to you about God. Yes, please, my brothers and sisters of the human race, don't lock yourself into one formula and one thing and say, well, you know what, I'm Christian, so I'm not really reading the Quran, and I'm not reading the Buddha book, and I'm not reading the Hindu book. You can read every book. Just like you're watching movies, you're Christian, but you watch all kind of movies that are not Christian movies that says nothing about God and mention nothing about the Creator, and it's all prerogative and against the Creator. Oh yes, I know all those movies out there trying to move us away from the reality of the Creator. Can't move me. Anyhow, as we are all into this big circle of gods and religions, as a person, as an individual, a member of the human race, a member of the human family, understanding the corruption and the confusion in the family. Again, we are a family. In the family, so many gods. In the family, so many religions. Who is our creator? Who is our creator? Pick up any one of the religious books and it will direct you to the creator according to that religion. Now, if we go into reasoning within ourselves and finding the history of the human family, we will see where the human race begin. As all know, it's in Alkebuland. As some would say today, Africa. We know Ethiopia. All the family know that. All the family member who have studied the family history know that the family begins in Ethiopia. And knowing that the family begins in the history and our history is in Ethiopia, we can also find some formula of origin and truth concerning our Creator from Ethiopia. Now, if you say, well, Hinduism and India, and you check the history of India, you will see where India is Ethiopia. And through history of the family, we see that Krishna was a governor from Ethiopia who governed over the province of the Hindu Kush mountain that is today now called India. The family have a history. And if we go through our history, not through religion, but through our history, we will find our truth. Now, Buddha, an ancient Buddhist from East Ethiopia who went to the region in which is called Asia, named after the Ethiopian king, which governed that region in which Asia is Ethiopia. The whole world is one family. And that king had established that region. And the ancient high priest, the Batawis, they now call him Buddha. Yes. Our history, our family history, our family know our history, please, that we may know our truth, because there are so many gods and so many religions. But who is really our Creator? And when we go through that, we see that Buddha is an high priest from Ethiopia. A Batawe high priest who traveled that region and taught the people spirituality. And in language change, name pronounced different in the history of the family. And instead of saying Batawe, they say Buddha. I am not talking about a make-up story. I am talking about our family history. As you can see, the original Buddhas in China and throughout Asia are black Buddhas. How are they black Buddhas? It's an ancient high priest from ancient Ethiopia that went through that region, which is Ethiopia, because the world is one and the family is one, and the people call him Buddha instead of the Batawe. The Batawe we call him in Ethiopia. We call him Batawe. We don't say Buddha, we say Batawe. In our ancient language, Ge'ez, Batawe. But in our family language, in China and in all Asia, Japan and so on, they say Buddha, the same ancient high priest. Our family is one family. And if we go through our family history, we will find our Creator. Now, in the mainstream religions out there today, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, we see that the teachings and the formula in these mainstream religions came from one pot. The formula came out from one pot. But somewhere along the line, the formula was mixed with a wrong mixture, and it became separated from itself. And when I say the mainstream religion, as all the world know, all the family members, the human family, brothers and sisters of my family, the human race. As we all know that Judaism and Islam and Christianity has one formula. All of them claim that Abraham, oh yes, Holy Father Abraham, is all of them, all of their fathers, all of them, yes, Abraham is the servant of the Almighty Creator according to Judaism. Abraham is the servant of the Almighty Creator according to Islam. Abraham is the servant of the Almighty Creator according to Christianity. But again, the teachings of the Creator and who is our Creator, the formula had became mixed and in some form corrupted, so to speak. As we look, some people will say in Judaism that the Messiah is not yet been born and come. And in Islam, some people will say, well, Christ is the Messiah, a prophet, but he is not the Almighty, the Creator. And in Christianity, we see so many different formula of Christianity. Oh, Lord of mercy upon the human family. Oh, my family, the human race. Oh, my family, the human race. There are so many formulas and nominations and orders of Christianity. And every one of them is saying that we're the right one. We have Pentecostal, Orthodox, we have, I even forgetting the names because there are so many. Catholic, and you have Seventh Day Adventists, and we have Jehovah's Witness. And if you go to the Jehovah's Witness gathering, they will tell you, well, you're supposed to come to the Kingdom Hall and not to go to these other churches out there. And if you go to any other which way, so you will hear it. You're supposed to come to this one of church. And then we have Christian people who have a formula of life, going to one church for a period of time, and then they don't like the congregation and something about the church, and then they change the church and they started going to a different church. And then they go to that church for a period of time and a moment, and then so be it, and they change from that. So many formula in the Christian world of God and the order to the Almighty. No, so many gods, so many religions. Who is our Creator? Who is really our Creator? And I would love to express again, as in we knowing that Islam and Judaism and Christianity being the mainstream religions out there in the world that is spread across the earth to every corner and is gathering souls from all nations around the world unto the nominations and worship. And again, Abraham, Father Abraham, he is the father of all three of these religions. Yes, as you know, a lot of Muslims name Abraham. Ibrahim. Why they name Ibrahim? Because Abraham is the head and the blessed one of the religion, who God bless, and from his blessing, everyone will receive blessing. Christians, Father Abraham of many sons, and I am one of them, so are you. Oh yes, we believe in Father Abraham. Jews, Abraham, the blessing of Abraham, and the blessing of Abraham came to Jacob, Isaac and Jacob, and that is how the Jews is established. Abraham, Father Abraham, is the father of all three of these religions. But in some way, it became confused and it became mixed up. And some of the family over here, and some of the family over there, and some of the family over there, and this one is fighting that one, and that one is fighting this one, and oh, my church is the best, and oh, my church is the right one, and oh, this religion is the right religion, oh, my religion is the right religion, oh, Christianity is the way, and oh, Islam is the way we have to go. And who is really our creator? So many gods in the family. It brings tears to my eyes. I cry daily, understanding who is our creator. And as I mentioned about our father Abraham, now, our father Abraham had personal encounter with the Almighty. And any one of us can get that personal encounter with the Almighty if we go beyond the religions and the books. Because our father Abraham, his father had many books, and they had their gods that they worshiped, that he grew up under. But he got to understand that their gods was not the creator of the heaven and the earth. And he went out looking for the creator. And he found the creator in the midst of the wind and in the midst of the wilderness. The creator of the heaven and the earth. And any one of us can find the creator. We can find the creator beyond the books and the religion. Now, our father Abraham, who found the creator, had expressed the creator in his ordinance, because according to our father Abraham, as in the three mainstream religion talking about Abraham, the creator had established a lineage. He had established a lineage from the first man who he had created, Adam, that this lineage would be manifested through a kingship, that this kingship would be the kingship of the earth that governed over the entire world, and that he himself, the Almighty, will be born from this lineage and from this kingship, and to govern this world, that the kingdom of this world will be the kingdom of our God. And this is according to our father Abraham, from Judaism, Islam, Christianity, because they're all talking about our father Abraham. And this is the formula and history of our father Abraham. Now, as we're talking about Judaism and Jews, now this is where the family went off track. And I say off track and totally off track. Because in our family, the Almighty, our Creator, had established a root, a lineage, or a household in which he called the priesthood of the human family. And this priesthood of the human family is called Israel. And the Almighty, our Creator, according to our father Abraham and the teachings of the mainstream religion, had established his priesthood in the family of Israel. And this priesthood had to govern the whole world, to go to every nation on earth and let them know that the God of Israel is the true and living God, the creator of the heaven and the earth. Now, to make it short in the reasoning, as the history is still there, the priesthood failed the Almighty. They went out there and intermingled with the pollution of the world. And anyhow, the priesthood was cast into punishment, slavery. Israel was cast into slavery. The Almighty delivered Israel. Now, Israel was destroyed. The children of Israel were taken from the homeland of Israel. The homeland of Israel was changed to a different name. And the children of Israel were scattered all over the world. This is what messed up the whole entire family. After this happened, the children of Israel was taken as slaves. Until this day, the children of Israel, most of them, to say, don't know themselves that they are the children of Israel, the priesthood of the world, who have to teach all the nations of the world about the true creator of the heaven and the earth, because Israel was destroyed and they were called slaves and all sorts of pejorative names across the earth. And another breed and root of the family from the generation of Esau and Japheth was named and placed into the place of Israel. And so the family history was mixed up and confused. And now today we see in church, Christians are claiming that they love Jesus Christ and they believe in Jesus Christ. But who they are calling Jesus Christ is not the Son of the Holy Virgin Miriam. Again, according to the history of Abraham, a virgin will give birth, and it did happen. This virgin did give birth. This child grew up according to its history, the human family history. As you can go through the origin of our family and find our history, where our Creator had established the root and the lineage of his kingship and his ordinance here in the earth, because today there are so many gods and so many religions. But who is really our Creator? As our family may know this truth, who is our Creator? In our churches today, the Christian churches, talking about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ that they're talking about, they're telling you that Jesus Christ arrived from a family that he did not come from. And when I say that, because the children of Israel today are the slave of the Western Hemisphere. The people they're calling Africans and the slaves of the African children, they are the children of Israel. Today here on the Voice of Truth, talking about gods and the religions and who is really our Creator. Now the family had been confused, separated from itself, lost in itself, looking to the wrong house for the right God, looking to the wrong church for the right teachings. And when I say the wrong church, because indeed the true church of the Almighty had been established. He himself, who was born from his holy twofold mother, had established here on earth his church, that all people of the world, of the family, my family, oh my family, the human family, let us find our truth, our origin, from whence we came and where we all shall be. From whence we came and where we all shall be. Our origin. Has the mainstream religion talking about Abraham? Well, Abraham talk about the Virgin Miriam, and Abraham talk about her son. Only that the churches is telling us about Jesus Christ, and the Jesus Christ they're telling us about is not the one the Bible is talking about. Now we go beyond what the church is saying, and we continue through the history of the Bible, which showing that God had established himself through the lineage of David. And from the root and the house of David, he was manifested and will be manifested to sit upon the throne of David. Again, according to our father Abraham, human history, our history, the history of our family, as I have mentioned before, in the religions and some of the gods of these religions being high priests and members of our family who have lived in the ancient time and have served the Almighty, and today they are esteemed as God. They're esteemed as gods today amongst the family. And if we go into our history, the human history, not the history of my nation from which I came from, or the history of my country, or the history of my continent. Because if I stay on the history of my continent or my country, then I will never know the Creator. And so, every and any one of us. But to find our Creator, we have to go into our history. And as you go into the human history, you will see where the Creator should be established and to sit upon the throne of David, according to the father of the human family and generation in its blessing, Abraham. Because it was said that all nations of the earth will be blessed through Abraham. And through his blessing, all nations has received. As we see the mainstream religion, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity talking about Father Abraham. So they did receive his blessing. But the order of his teachings, according to him and God, coming from his lineage to sit upon his throne, the throne of David, which is in Ethiopia today, that all the world may know, and all the people of the family, the members of my family, the human family, may looking to themselves today hear on the voice of truth. So many gods and religions. Who is really our Creator? We must find our Creator for ourselves. Now, if we look into history, we see, as I had mentioned, our father Abraham, he found the Creator in the wilderness. Jacob had seen the Creator in the wilderness. Yes, Enoch found the Creator in the midst of the clouds. I have seen the Creator sitting on the clouds myself. I have found the Creator in the midst of the wilderness myself. And every one of us can find the Creator for ourselves beyond what religion we believe in. First, we must understand the house in which the Creator will be born. to be manifested, as to say, coming from the lineage and root of David, according to Father Abraham, being born and was done, yes, and was crowned. Glory be to the Almighty. Our history, the human history, not I believe in this religion and my religion don't teach this, and the priest didn't say that, and I read the Bible and it didn't say this and it didn't say that. You know, the Bible tells us that Cain and Abel was twins, but Cain took his wife. Where did she came from? Where did Cain get his wife from? Anyone ever asked themselves that question? Oh, some of us had found out because we went into our history and we found out where Cain's wife came from. We just didn't believe that, oh, there was people here on earth before Adam and Eve and Cain went and got his wife from. No, we went into our history, the human family history, like every other family who started 25 years ago, 50 years ago, have a history when the man married the woman and whatever. They used to live over there and then they moved and they went to North America and they went to, you know what I'm saying, Asia and whatever. Every family have a history. Our family, the human family, have a history. And if we go into our family history, we will find our Creator, the true and living Creator, the Creator of the heaven and the earth, the one who had fashioned man in his likeness and image, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, was born, was manifested from the holy twofold virgin Miriam. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel was crowned King of kings, Lords of lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Our family history. Now, if we go according to the teachings of religions, our history will never show itself. But if we go according to the teachings of the family history, we will find our Creator. Because, again, today we are here on the Voice of Truth. And there are so many gods and religions. But who is really our Creator? Every religion is saying their way is the right way and their God, that all they're worshiping and who they're worshiping is the Creator. And all the different Christian denominations and worships are saying that their way is the right way. Jehovah's Witness and Pentecostal and Orthodox and Catholic and all of them are claiming their way is the right way and my way is the best way and this way is the way of God and follow this way and follow that way. Oh yes, you can follow any way you choose. It's all up to you. You can follow any way you choose. It's all up to you. But remember, there are so many gods and so many religions. To find our Creator, you have to find Him through the family history and in the midst of the wilderness, where Abraham found Him, where Enoch found Him, where Jacob found Him. Where did all the prophets found the Almighty? In the midst of the wilderness. Through their visions, and He had revealed visions unto them. Some may think that the Almighty stopped revealing His visions unto His people. Oh no. Every day the Almighty revealed His visions unto the mystics. And the mystics receive the visions of the Almighty and reveal it unto the people of the world. But the people of the world are not listening to the message and the voice of the mystics. If we listen to the message and the voice of the mystics, we will find our Creator beyond the religions and beyond all the gods that you hear and have heard about. You can find the true and living Creator of the heaven and the earth. When I say beyond the religion, let me be a little specific on that. Buddhism is saying, as they say, Buddha is God. No, he is not. Hinduism, Krishna is God. No, he is not. In the formula of Islam, in which they are denying the divine Creator being the Creator, that formula is not. And in Christianity, and I say in Christianity, the God that they're talking about, the Jesus that they're showing to the world, he is not the Creator of the heaven and earth. Even if you go to Ethiopia, all these pictures and so on, and these pictures you see the people bowing down and worshiping too, that guy is not the Creator of the heaven and the earth. That guy is not the son of the holy twofold Virgin Miriam. Because the children of Israel was destroyed. Their identity was destroyed and covered under the name Africa and Africans. The children today of Israel, the children of Israel today are being called Africans. So God or Jesus Christ, who is Emmanuel, Yessus Wulde Wahid, as we know his true name, his whole identity and formula of him was changed into the world, that all Christians are looking to Jerusalem and saying that Jerusalem is the Holy Land and the promised land of God. No, read the Bible again. Read it from the beginning. Read the Bible again. Most Christian people and most churches don't want their people and our brothers and sisters to read the Old Testament. They say, oh, the Old Testament had been fulfilled, so let us stick to the New Testament. No, the Old Testament had not been fulfilled. We are the children of whole, and today we are here on earth. So the Old Testament is not yet been fulfilled. We are here still fulfilling the Old Testament. Get it clearly. It is still fulfilling. We are here still fulfilling it. Because let us go to the Bible for a moment. As we all know that our father Abraham is the order of the Almighty, in which the Almighty had established himself true from that time according to our family history. The Bible shows where the Almighty promised Abraham a promised land. And the Almighty tell Abraham that I will give this land unto you and your seeds, with your children. And the Almighty tell Abraham that his children will be like the sand. Wow. Did I say sand? Like the dirt on the earth. Can anyone count and number the dirt? That is the question the Almighty asked our father Abraham. The Almighty say unto our father Abraham, if anyone can count and number the dirt on the earth, then they will be able to number your children, because your children will be like the dirt. Wow, what a blessing. The blessing of a father is his children. and the blessing of their grandfathers, their grandchildren. Now, parents and grandparents must remember this. Oh, yes, the blessing is not material things. A lot of people are saying that. Anyhow, we will reason. As we reason within ourselves, my brothers and sisters of the human family, the Almighty tell Abraham that he will bless him with this land. Now, some people say that Jerusalem is the promised land. Now, remember this. There was an high priest, our high priest, whose name is Melchizedek. And Melchizedek was governing over Salem. And Salem is Jerusalem. The Almighty did not give Melchizedek, the Almighty did not give unto Abraham the land of Melchizedek. No, he did not. The land of Melchizedek is what we call today Jerusalem. Jerusalem today, in which all the people of the world will say, oh, that is the Holy Land, and they're going to the Holy Land and the Promised Land, Israel. No. Read the Bible. The Almighty gave unto Abraham the land of Canaan. The land of Canaan, the Almighty gave unto Abraham. And the land of Canaan is not just so-called Jerusalem today as they call that area Jerusalem, but it is all Ethiopia, or what is called today Africa, and through Yemen, and through India and Asia. This is the land of Ham. This is the land. Think about Abraham's children being like the dirt of the earth. You see how big is the world? Oh, the world is huge, man. And Abraham's children being like the dirt. How would they fit in some place like Israel? A country like what they call Israel today. How would all of Abraham's children fit there? It will be impossible. The Almighty gave unto Abraham the land of Canaan, Africa, all Ethiopia, all India, all Yemen, all Asia, all these regions is the region that the Almighty gave unto our father Abraham. If we go into our family history and see our history, we will find our truth and we will find our Creator. Today, here on the Voice of Truth, there is so many gods, so many religions. Who is really our Creator? Our Creator is sitting on the throne of David. Our Creator is in the midst of the wilderness. Our Creator is sitting on the clouds. We can find him the same place Abraham found him, in the wilderness, in the midst of the clouds. Blessed be the Almighty, our Almighty, our Creator, the Creator of the heaven and the earth. Besmahab, Bewolde, Menfes Kados, Ahadu, Amlach, Amen. Abetachin hoi besmehat met no semachakadis mangistim timitafakadis besame in the onich and the hum be my doctor whom they heal it in the rachanim sitchen zade but a lachanim ikad but a bedulunim ikad in the minna the fatana attack pancake food or the minjari mangist sanata lemis canalis amen. Imebitachin Kudus Dengel Mariam Hoi Bemelaki Bekudus Gabriel Salamta Salam Enela Shalinda Hasabish Dingle Nish Besagachim Dingle Nish Yanchina Fi Exabi Noto Salamta Lanchi Yegabeshal Kasetu Chulu Talayit Shanchi Tabra Kishnish Esinish Filifia Tabra Kunush Shigal Toman Shodish Esibilish Exabi Kanchi Gual Nevena Keta with it while the Jiska Gitachin Kamidian Yatachin Kabul de Jinik Wartan Lemenegel Tachin and Yatasi. Amen. Amen. Today, here on the Voice of Truth, so many gods, so many religions, who is really our Creator? My family, brothers and sisters of the human race, if any one of us truly need to find our Creator, let us pray to our Creator and ask Him to reveal Himself unto us. Go a little beyond what you have seen and heard in the books. Reach out from inside of yourself. Even the Creator had declared, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Reach out from within yourself, from deep down in your soul, not just from reading the holy books from whatever religion you come from, or reading the Bible.